to the witnesses. I want to pick up on your comment that you are no longer just providing aid to developing countries, but working with them. They're setting the table, I think was the phrase you used. I want to ask you what Canada is learning from them in terms of development practice, particularly the ones that have graduated or near graduating. Because one thing you will know from your many years' work in development is that there are fads, right, in development practice. And one of the things that has come back is infrastructure development. Yes. This was the hot thing in the 50s and 60s, but it's back.
That's right.
Are we humble enough to learn from countries that have actually developed very, very rapidly in the last 20, 30 years? And what are the things we've learned from them?
That's a fantastic question. It requires a change in mindset. And as somebody, I've had a great deal of experience sitting around G7 tables, and G7 tables feel very comfortable. There are friends, there are allies. It's a very comfortable conversation. The G20 table is a less comfortable conversation. There are partners there around that table that, quite honestly, we don't get along with at all. But more importantly, there are a difference of perspectives on the global challenges we all face. And I'll speak very personally, the value that I've been able to bring back to the ministry of listening to colleagues from Saudi Arabia, from South Korea, if you want to choose a perfect example of a country that has managed to develop and has proven it. There is so much for us to learn. And I think, as part of our Indo-Pacific strategy that the government has recently announced, that's an element of it, is we know that in East Asia, this is an area of economic growth. This is an area of incredible innovation and dynamism, and Canada needs to be there. But maybe I'll just flying off on one other note, though, in terms of the question of development. I actually recently at a meeting, somebody came to me and said, none of us have actually developed in the world, not sustainably. That nobody has the secret recipe for what a sustainable development model looks like. We are all trying to get there. Many of us have the 2050 goal of a carbon neutral footprint, but the truth is none of us have figured it out. And there's much to be learned from other countries on how we all work along that path to get ourselves, because Canada has still a long way to go as well.